Hey guys, this is Doug Will Fix It, and we're back with the LG TV. That is TV. I've swapped the boards, I've baked the boards, I've hair dried the boards. So obviously in my last video regarding the hairdryer was because there was no input being detected on the HDMI. So I'm just going to switch this TV on. Hopefully, there you go, it's firing up. And one quick fix was to open the TV up and apply a hairdryer to the HDMI controller chip, right? And it worked, it came on, but in my case it lasted maybe a week, 5 days, and I did it again, and it lasted me another week or 5 days. So I was like, I can't carry on like this. So I've come up with a more permanent solution, which is to basically bypass the chip completely, and I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty straightforward for anyone who doesn't want to open up their TV and all that kind of stuff and play with the electronics. This is actually quite a simple solution for you guys. So if we have a look, let's just refresh, and the TV's going in and out. Here we go, back, the camera's going in and out of focus. So you can see on the HDMI it is detecting something, and it's a skybox which is plugged in, but it's actually not getting anything from it. It knows there's power, but it's just getting no signal. So this is the symptom, right? And you guys saw this in the previous video, and the hairdryer did fix it, but it was temporary. In some cases it might last longer, it might not last longer, but that's just how it is. I did mention that in that video. I can see the camera's going in and out of focus. Let's see if we can get there. You go. Let's see if that fixes it for now. Anyway, so the solution is as follows. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bypass the HDMI completely. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically get a HDMI converter and convert it to analog, RCA analog. So I'll show you what I bought. So I bought this simple little device, HDMI to YPbPr. I got this off Amazon. It cost me about 10-15 quid, right? And it's got a couple of cables on it. You can see that, right? Green, blue, red, and then another white and red for audio. So that's audio. These three are video. Okay, so you stick your HDMI in there, you power it off the USB, so you can power off the TV's USB, which most of these TVs have. This TV is about 6 or 7 years old, so most TVs will have these connectors available to you. And what this allows you to do is to convert the HDMI digital signal into a more RCA analog signal, or 5-way RCA analog signal, and the actual quality is very, very good anyway. So I got this off. I'm going to put a link on the video. I got this from Amazon. I think it was about 12-13 quid. I'll put the link up. I'm sure you can buy these in the US and the UK. I got it in the UK obviously. And then I also bought the following cable, which is this one. Okay, so that's one end one, and it's what, half a meter long. Cost me 3 quid. 3 quid. Now this will, what we'll do, this will connect into the back of the TV and one side in the port in the converter, and you'll get video from the skybox, and it works actually really well. And what you then need is another couple of cables, two of these really. You need the white and the red, another set of cables just for the audio. Okay, so you need 5 connectors on either end. Ignore the yellow, we just want red and white. Okay, so these two will be used for the audio. We'll skip the yellow, we'll just leave the yellow one disconnected. And so we've got this cable to use for the audio, and we've got this cable to use for the video. Okay, now remember, let me just clarify again, this converter, this little converter here, okay, it takes 5 connections, 1 HDMI on one end and 5 splitters on the other end. So 5 RCAs, 2 are for audio, 3 are for video. So we're going to set this up, so just bear with me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to connect up the converter to the cables first. So it's pretty straightforward. Ignore just do the audio, the video ones first. So we're going to do this, and hold on, let me get the right end. There we go. So red and red. Okay, and this will go in the back of the TV, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so those 3 are connected. So we've got that cable, and now what we're going to do is we're going to connect up the audio. So that's another 2 cables on these 2. And we're just going to use the other cable we had for red and white. We're going to ignore yellow. Yellow is not needed. Okay, so we have that. So now what we've got, give me a sec. Okay, you can see the back of the TV. You can see the HDMI is in here. So there's the HDMI coming in, so we're going to pull that one out. Okay, we're going to plug the HDMI in here, like this. So the thing's already got power from the HDMI. Okay, so these two are audio, right? One sec. So these two are audio. So we'll plug. So we already connected them up. So you can see the connector is connected to 3 audio videos and 2 audio. So we're going to plug those in. So if we get the ends, so we get the audio first. So we get red and white. Ignore the yellow, like I said. Red and white. So red and white in the bottom. So now we've got 3 left for the video. 1, 2, 3. We get these, so we plug these in. So like I said, if you don't want to be opening up your TV, this is a quick fix or a quick way to bypass the chip. So we're not going to use HDMI at all. You can see I even put a hole in here so I could put the hairdryer in from externally without having to open it up. But it's just not, can't keep doing that every 10 seconds. So that's that. So that's in. And you can, the Skybox is powered. Right, I think we just need to power. We'll give the little box some power. So here, remember, I mean it does run off the HDMI power, but it's got a little bit, it can take a little extra power just in case. So what we'll do is we'll plug the cable. Now this little USB cable came with it. We'll plug that in so it's got a little additional USB power coming off the TV. So USB power and the new connections. Okay, so now the HDMI is in here and we're converting it into analog, RCA 5-way analog, right? So we're completely ignoring, the HDMI chip is just there. So we're completely ignoring these HDMIs and we're ignoring the third one. We're not even going to bother with them, okay? So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to just power this up. Let me just give it a sec. Okay, so if we power the TV back up, you can see the cables, everything's connected. You can see the converter's powered up just below the TV. And you can see it says component now. Let me just raise it a bit. You see it says component, and it's running full. It's running actually really well. The sky's back. If we look at the inputs, you'll see the input says, look, you can see the component. That's the colors you saw on the back on the connectors, so they're live. Hey guys, one thing I wanted to also mention was, I did mention it in my previous video, but I had to cut it out because BBC had a copyright violation because I was playing too much BBC content on that TV when after I fixed it while I was discussing stuff, so I had to redo this section. So basically, let's say I know the RGB and all that can only take 1 connection, so that means you can only have 1 thing plugged in there, but you've got 3 HDMIs that are now useless that are plugged in TV. Well, you can get one of these, which is a HDMI switch. So one set, this will go directly into the converter that I showed you in the video, and then you can have your Skybox, your PlayStation and your other things plugged in here, and then that's it. And this thing will auto switch based on power. So either or, you can press the button manually, so you can say, oh, let's switch to Sky, to the PlayStation. It's just an easier way than having to open up and mess about with your TV like we've done in the other videos. It's just a couple of devices, small little boxes, and this is self-powered mainly off the HDMI ports. So you don't really need to plug in an extra power, although it does have a, I mean you do, I think I did get a remote with this, but you don't normally need it, because as soon as you like power on a PlayStation, for example, this thing will automatically switch over to HDMI that the PlayStation is running on. So there you go. I hope you liked the video. Please like and sub it. Sorry again for having to cut over to this way, because it's just BBC and copyright things with YouTube that I had to redo this section of the video. But I put a link to this as well in the video, so please like and sub it, and we'll catch up with you guys later. Thanks for watching.